All right, thank you very much once again, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back. And we will start our part 2. Our next speaker is architect Jwu Yih, Director of the Building Plan and Universal Design from BCA, who is leading the development of BIM-based automated model checker as part of CONNEX to transform regulatory design review and compliance validation process. His presentation is titled Being Future Ready, Embracing a New Model, and will focus on the importance of data standardization and how firms can benefit and build new capabilities. So without further ado, let us put our hands together and welcome Architect Tan. Architect Tan, please.
Good morning, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. Very happy to be here today. My presentation today will touch on data standardization and how CONNEX could play a part in building a more collaborative and data-driven culture in our built environment sector. Digital technologies have been helping us to achieve more efficient and accurate data representation throughout the building project lifecycle. CONNEX in the future will accelerate our digital transformation towards data-driven project delivery by leveraging on BIM and automation. Adopting a data-driven approach will make data more accessible to all project parties, provide more accurate picture of design and construction processes, as well as to aid the project team in making better decisions. The built environment generates enormous amount of data. From the inception of the building project, data is created and flows through the entire value chain, supporting different use cases and applications. Besides the adoption of digital tools and technologies to capture all this data, it is also important for us to consider to have open data standards and interoperability so as to ensure different project parties can effectively access and exchange data at different stages of a building lifecycle. So in deriving digitalization and common data standards, BCA has been actively promoting integrated digital delivery, or IDD, and the development of common data environment, or CDE, data standards. The aim of IDD is really to foster collaboration by connecting all project parties through digital information, innovation and technology, such as BIM. And aligned with this IDD initiative, CONNEX will strengthen project coordination and create the conditions that are conducive for implementing IDD concepts, and also for BIM-based regulatory approval processes at the onset of a construction project. We believe this will subsequently aid the project team in reaping the full benefits of BIM for, say, DFMA during fabrication and construction, as well as for asset management post-construction. Based on the ISO 19650, our CDE data standard is now being developed to support data exchanges across different stakeholders and technologies in the IDD project. CONNEX data requirements will also be aligned to the CDE data standard to enable BIM information to be used by multiple stakeholders without duplicated efforts for generating similar data sets in the project. As project information of all building works that go through the CONNEX will be captured, we envision that the CONNEX will progressively build up a centralized data repository and become a data hub, a single source of truth, where stakeholders can have one-stop access to up-to-date data sets extracted from our BIM and IFC model. So agencies and facilities managers alike can make use of this rich geospatial and 3D data analytics for various applications, as shown on this slide. To support project coordination, data interoperability, and also the automation of our regulatory processes, CONNEX will leverage on open BIM formats, namely the Industry Foundation Classes, or IFC, and the BIM Collaboration Format, or BCF. I think many of you here should have heard of these formats. IFC will become the base for our common representation. With building information captured in a consistent data structure, BIM models can be used for, say, automated compliance checks and potentially many future use cases that is shown in the earlier slide. So it is very important for us to adopt an open format to allow for platform-neutral and vendor-neutral solutions. This will enable the industry to continue using the software of their choice for design and project coordination. So for ConnX, we have taken a step further and created a customized open BIM format that is uniquely Singapore. Okay, as shown on the left side of this diagram here, industry may adopt different native BIM software, such as Revit, Graphisoft, ArchiCAD, and then export this to an open BIM format, hence IFC. While most regulatory information will be represented in the international IFC standards, some form of localizations is needed to capture the information that is unique to Singapore's context and unique to our regulatory requirements. So this localized IFC data model that is developed to meet our local needs, we term it as IFC-SG. IFC-SG is essential to support the ConnX collaboration platform and our automated model checker in processing the industry's submitted models. So just to give an example, this slide shows an IFC-SG where we have customized a fire engine access under the IFC Civil Element Entity Standard. Just another example, IFC of a precast refuse chute, which is a very unique local building element, as well as a regulatory requirement for environmental health. So I think by now many of you may be asking, so what are ConnX data requirements? We are now working with stakeholders to develop the ConnX Code of Practice, or COP, which will give details on the data requirements for regulatory approval for building works. The Code of Practice will give clarity to the building professionals about what and how to prepare the necessary information in the model for each of the submission gateway of the ConnX. We plan to roll out the Code of Practice in the coming month. I think Clement earlier mentioned it's in April, so do look out for it. The draft of the COP, we will be seeking the industry feedback on it, and from there we will see how to fine-tune this Code of Practice. BCA has also been working very hard with different public agencies and industry stakeholders, including key software developers, to raise awareness and prepare the ecosystem for the adoption of IFC-SG. So in addition to the training programs and sandbox projects that I think some of you are involved, we have also developed a suite of self-help resources online for the industry. So I strongly encourage all of you to check out these resources online and kickstart your ConnX and IFC-SG journey. So before I end my short presentation, I would like to invite you to visit the booth outside the auditorium to learn more about the various IFC-SG courses conducted by our training providers, including our co-organizer, the Singapore Polytechnic. Okay, with that, thank you very much.
All right, thank you, Architect Tan, for the informative presentation.